It's like I planned this, Fifi. Look at you. Look at you. No, stay there. Alright. Yeah. Daffodils. Looking very nice this morning. Some of those in the middle are the, what do they call those? Double daffodils. They got a poofier center. It's a poofier center. Tractor going by. Good morning from Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Saturday. It is 62, sunny with a pretty good breeze. Should be up in the mid 60s, 65, 66 today. I've got a lot to do, a lot to do. Can you hear the baby chicks chirping? They want some food. They always want some food. My camera stopped recording. I've lost so much footage. I don't know. I've tried different SD. Anyway, you don't care. So yeah, I just tried to film myself placing. These are 3 raised beds and another just for a visual aid. But I left 3 feet in between the beds and 3 feet from the front to back. So I've got 4 here, and then I'm going to run another raised bed across the back long ways. So it'll be 2, 2, and then 1 long ways. And then I will leave a gap here to the, your right. Anyway, that'll be a walking lane. I'll put an arched cattle panel, and then I'll do the same pattern over in here with 4, 2 in front, 2 in back, and then 1 long ways across the back. So I'll have 5 here and 5 there, with at least 1 cattle panel going across, and that's the plan. Now, the reason why I'm doing this today is I kind of want to visualize how much space it's taking up so that I can see what other areas I can put garden beds in. What do you think, Bob? You like that layout? Guess not. Hey, Grumpy, are you supervising today? Are you the one I have to ask to take a break? Dragonberry wants me to take a break and bring him a snack. Is that alright with you, Mr. Supervisor Grumpy? Now that I have the raised beds approximately where I want them, and I still need to reinforce those with boards, and I'm thinking about putting hardware cloth on the bottom to protect against moles and voles. But I definitely got to run some boards along the sides and the ends to strengthen it. But now that I got those roughly where I want them, I did that so that I could find out how much space I have here, because I got potatoes that I can plant. So I'm going to try to do that this afternoon. I'm starting out my potato garden. This is about 6 feet by 6 feet. I just put about 1 inch to 2 inches of wood chips from the bottom of the pile. So these are, I don't have compost. Well, I've got wood chips that have been sitting on the bottom of a pile for, when did I get these? Over a year ago, year and a half ago. So it's, they're composted pretty good. I had a chicken coop sitting here, and although I did clean out that chicken coop quite often, there is a lot of chicken droppings that probably soaked into the ground, so this might be kind of hot as far as fertilizer goes. So this layer of wood chips will hopefully create a little bit of buffer between the potatoes and that hot ground under there. All right, so now I got to take a break, and then we'll finish planting some potatoes. much completed potato bed. There were 15 potatoes in there. And as a recap, I put about an inch or two of wood chips to create a buffer between the potatoes and the ground. And then I put about 6 to 8 inches of old hay on top of the potatoes. Now here I'm probably going to get a lot of suggestions that you can't grow potatoes in wood chips and old hay. You can't use hay, it'll just turn into weeds. You gotta use straw. And what else have I heard? You can't put that much old hay on top of the potatoes, they'll rot. And you can't do it this way. You gotta use soil. You can't use it. All right. Once upon a time, there was a little lady, and her name was Ruth Stout. I'll put her name on the bottom of the screen so you can look her up. But she was just a little lady, and she didn't like digging, she didn't like tilling, she didn't like weeding. She wanted to do as little work as possible in her garden. So what did she use? She used old hay. And not only did she use it, she documented it, she wrote books, she wrote articles, and now a lot of people are using the Ruth Stout gardening method to grow potatoes and to grow other things. One channel that did a really good job of documenting their Back to Eden and their Ruth Stout and their hugel culture. The name of that channel is Back to Reality. I'll try to put a link to them and a link down below. They documented their potatoes in the Ruth Stout very well. Several other channels have grown their potatoes this way. That 1870s Homestead, I think they've done this a couple years. Jason from Start From Seed Homestead up in Canada, he gave this a try. Let's see, Living Traditions Homestead in Missouri, I believe they used straw and did this. And there have just been numerous channels out there that have used the Ruth Stout method for growing potatoes. So yeah, luckily we have Ruth Stout. She didn't listen to all the naysayers. She didn't listen to everybody telling her she should do this and she should do that and she should do the other thing. She didn't listen to them, and she did it her own way. And because of that, we have all benefited, and hopefully this will turn out for me. Now, there's no guarantee I'm going to get potatoes out of this. I've got moles, I've got voles, I've got, might have cold weather coming up. I have no idea, but I was gifted those 15 potatoes, and I've got the supplies now to do it. So I did my no-till, no-dig Ruth Stout potato garden bed today. Hey, Supervisor Grumpy. I got that garden bed done. You want to give it an inspection now? Tell me how I did? No. What are you doing, Grumpster? Grumpy. Grumpy. Yep, now, okay, now you're going to inspect it. Don't, that's not a litter box, Grumpy. Although, that probably wouldn't hurt. I don't know. Do I pass the inspection? Thanks, Grumpy. I just saw a bee. I rarely ever see bees. It's kind of sad. I see a lot of bumblebees, but as many flowers as I grew, especially my first growing season here, I rarely saw any bees. But I saw one on this peach tree. Just I don't know if I got the footage or not, but yay for bees. One day maybe I'll do some beekeeping out here. I got no funds. Don't be telling me to spend money I don't have. I can't afford to do bees yet. All right, one Ruth Stout potato garden bed. I can add hay to that as it grows, and as the hay, after a couple rains, that hay is gonna shrink down to probably 3 to 4 inches, and so I'll want to build it back up to about 8 inches. And yeah, well, I'll keep my eye on it, and I will be showing you the progress if there is any. Let's see, that's going to be all for today. It is nap time. So, thank you for watching, and I hope everyone is having a pleasant weekend. Take her easy.